to not just do the same thing, click Jeffrey Boyd because they've done it for 4 cycles now. How do you've got to convey professionalism, you're serious, you are a real person that's actually going to lead. The billboard, I think, is an efficient way to do that. I really encourage you. I'm giving you $100. I hope that other people follow through. And that, I know there's not much time left, but if you could do that, I think that would be a good use of the money. So I'm going to leave this blank for however you need to fill it out.
And he didn't charge me for billboard space, and I don't think he's going to charge you.
All right.
We'll take rent free.
I'm contributing towards the cost of.
Toward the cause.
You want me a pen? Sure. I'll get you a pen.
Rob, I'll make sure I talk to you whatever we need to get designed.
Yeah, I think it's about $450 when you don't have them have to do something over it.
Okay.
And if they can take mine down, which I've been requesting for about 17 months now.
Yeah, because people got to stop being undermined by it.
Figure it out. But I think we can get something up there.
Okay.
I have a funny story about Jeffrey Boyd's billboard being up there, which is undermined. I'll tell you later.
Yeah.
Probably just like giving teasers to everybody on your video.
Yeah, right. But super cool, guys, because it actually had went out, but Natalie, our husband, who's hosting the event, just donated one of the billboards in the 22nd ward for Tonya Finley right here to have. So she's going to have a big billboard 22nd.
He won't get that done. Because you will go to the person to get it done, but we also
thank you also, Sarah, for donating online. We appreciate that.
Like if you're trying to open up a liquor store like Josephine's down on Wobbler and Union.
Preach.
He tends to
I can
mess
take a
with
little
people
short now.
to make people.
What's he?
Because a lot of times when they see voting, most people don't even go vote.
You still recording? Because I'll make it silent for you.
I'm off the clock.
Alright.
Self-care for everybody, right? You gotta try to
actually, if they just say boo,
there we go.
he'll leave them alone.
Cheers.
You know what I'm saying?
Ding.
That's a problem.
Now see, I need to go talk. I know the girl who owns that place. She owns the fish market, AAA. That's Alice.
I know Alice.
Okay. So, but they don't, what you call them, tried to shut them down for opening at the meeting, James Clark. And then they said, well, wait a minute, the people sitting right back here, let them speak for themselves. They had all their paperwork, they had everything. He has never came to none of the morning meetings. He came that one time, though, to figure out what was going on with them opening up.
That's an issue. Right. That's an issue to have.
They thought they were going to be selling liquor. They thought they were going to be hanging out selling drugs. And
they sell liquor.
But he has liquor license.
You know what?
But how easy
it's just like you going to Applebee's, sitting down, eat. Why can't we have something?
Just throw it away.
Oh, okay.
Why can't we? I asked the music. Why can't
a snack
we
or some water or
have
anything?
something up and down?
Some water or snack or anything?
I had some already.
All right.
But we can't have that right now until we address the crime and the substance abuse that's going on over there.
And the sex trafficking
And
sex trade.
the prostitution.
Yeah.
With no leadership
You gotta help some other
and no
stuff.
communication with the law enforcement over here, we just out here fending for ourselves.
So every day we go home.
But again, you want to start a business. I want to start a business. They want to open up. I don't see what's wrong with you sitting down eating dinner. I don't drink, but I don't see what's wrong with people sitting down.
More sit-down restaurants is needed.
In a neighborhood where
We just got Ari's.
A cafe.
I heard he brought up Ari's. He said it was good.
A cafe.
Yeah, we were talking about meeting there like 2
around
weeks ago.
in this area. They can go in.
We got all that stuff in the Grove. We just had to bring new people in to get it. And we're on the final stages of gentrification.
He went a little far south, but it's
And then, of
okay.
course, we're very diverse now.
Yeah. He'll bring it back around.
Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it in. Bring it in.
Where's the punchline?
Bring it back to the 26.
It's coming.
Well, in order to diversify Ward 22,
Yeah.
I mean, we got to change the population around.
A lot of people left the war.
But
We got to
why?
make sure it's not comfortable for people to be here. Got to make sure businesses don't get started. So we're in what's called a depletion program.
Hold on.
He's right. No,
Hold
he's
on.
right.
That's what Boyd did.
That's what they did to the
For
17th
people
ward.
too comfortable.
I'm confused what he's saying. Oh, you saying that's bad? You said
But he's saying that's
We were-
what they do.
yeah. I was.
Yeah,
In other words,
okay.
Jeffrey did his
We all
job.
got lost there for a second. Like,
They
wait.
want to keep right.
Sarcasm was literally lost
Yeah.
on me.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
right.
Sometimes you just gotta.
It was almost as dry as the
It's
wine.
not
But
gonna
notice
be
this,
so.
can I bring
I got
this
wetter
one
wine.
up? It really isn't Alderman Boyd. You gotta look at Mayor Cruzen and the crew, SLDC, the city planner. You know, those are the people that tell Boyd what to do.
But Mr.
See, that's a problem. They tell him what to do.
But we need somebody who
You're
doesn't
not
listen.
finna come tell me what you're gonna do in my community.
Okay.
My
Absolutely.
community's gonna tell you what
Yeah.
they want.
All right.
So you're not finna tell me what you gonna do. I got a problem with that.
Yeah.
No, my community gonna tell you what they want. And if they don't want you, then you know what you gotta do? You gotta kick rocks.
There you go.
You gotta keep rocking. And
One
if
more
that's
thing
the way
I'll
you
bring
wanna
up.
see it, you wanna sit down and talk business or whichever way, we can do that. But you don't have to kick rocks because my community
Keep
don't
rocks,
want you.
cans, whatever you
I'm
gotta
not sure
keep.
we ever part of business in Ward 22. More
Like
like
in
we're
excess,
dictated
ticket.
business too. Here's what it is, and this is what you
No,
are
ain't nobody gonna
saying.
tell me here what it is and that's what it's gonna be. No, you're not gonna tell me that.
Yeah.
My community gonna tell you what
Yeah.
it is and what it's gonna be. Point blank, flat out, and don't cross this line because if you cross this line, I got a problem.
Yeah, he intimidate people.
So,
Ain't nobody
which of
scared
the, I got a couple officials I'd like to talk about, which is Laura Costello, head of the LRA,
Why you
Don
wanna talk
Rowe,
about
the
other
city
people?
planner,
Let's talk about this lady.
Otis Williams, that runs CDA.
But we see
Those
right
are
now,
the-
right now,
We gotta deal
we
with
got
that.
runs the
me
SLD
in the
office.
seat,
Yeah,
March the
yeah.
5th.
Yeah, we got different issues right
And
now.
once we
Yeah,
start
yeah.
from
Let's not
here,
get distracted.
then we can move
Let's
forward
not get
on.
distracted.
They'll all be there tomorrow night.
We'll be
let's
there.
not
They'll all be
get
there tomorrow night.
I will be there tomorrow.
But let me interject real quick. I think the thing
Thank
is, like,
you.
I think what you said, you said Jeffrey don't have any say so. There's nothing that can, let me finish, Mr. Don. There's nothing that can be done in a war without the Aldermatic's approval. So if Lyda says, Jeffrey, let's do this and bring up house value, Jeffrey can say, you know what, Madam Mayor, let's look at a different alternate. My residents in the ward cannot afford that type of value that will move to the community, right? Or you could be the type of leader that say, sure, and when you go look at his MEC report recently,
go sponsor a
you'll see
bill.
that Lyda gave him money. So it's not about just, it's about the things that can be done and things that can be changed. And the leadership within the ward has a lot to do with it. It's being a committee person, me and Leroy would know, there's nothing that can get done in your ward without the alderman. You don't have to like the you don't have to like the mayor, and you still can tell her no, and it don't have to get done. So it's really the alderman, because the way that the power is, they have so much power that they almost got a little bit more than the mayor. They can tell the developers, I don't care if you talk to Lyda, you got to get the approval by me, because they have to, the liquor license got to get signed off by the alderman. The building permit has to get signed off by the alderman. So all those individuals like Lauren Costello for SLDC, actually, LRA, they have to get the sign off from the alderman. They just can't go and say, well, 5th Ward, 22nd, we're doing that. And all due respect, I don't want to get too lost in the weeds of stuff instead of what we can make happen March the 5th.
And I think that it starts with having a plan, and we don't have a comprehensive community plan.
Yeah.
And if the community developed a comprehensive community plan, then whatever comes through, you can say, is this
Part of
on
the
our
plan,
agenda,
yeah.
or is this not on our agenda?
Yeah.
And if it's not on our agenda, then it doesn't happen.
I think that's what I'm asking.
That is,
There is no, like, I've never seen a comprehensive, what is it, what's your vision?
Right.
Or what you want this ward to look like? And what's your 5-year plan? And I've never seen anything like that.
Because
you hit
I've
the
lived
nail
in
on the
this-
coffin.
Well, man, his word, but lived in my house for 12 years now.
And you gotta have that. You gotta have that vision of the board.
We want those stores back.
Yes.
So, I'm wondering what you think, and also, like, Natalie has an organization called Project Review, and Roman has a business where they are investors and or savers of homes and stuff like that. What do you think, how can we make rehabbing and accessing these vacant homes more accessible to regular people, not just developers? You know, there's programs like
The
Motor.
alderman.
Well, there's like motor own where if there's a lot next to you.
But you have to own something first.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta own it first.
Well,
That's just,
yeah, I'm not saying that's enough.
Yeah, no.
I'm just saying like what else, that's the only one that pops in my mind of something that makes something accessible to just a regular person to own something from the city, an incentive from the city, like, okay, well, if you're willing to maintain this lot next to you and do some work, maybe you could have that. Most people don't have a lot of money, so what kind of incentives could we have? Could we change? The way
basis what you're saying is, I don't have a lot of money, I want to get one of these houses and fix it up.
$1.
That's when we start pulling in resources to help you and help to try to put a plan in place, a 1 year or 2 year plan that you can have in place to get that done and bring the resources in. It may be a class that you may have to go through and the people may go ahead and fix your house up, you know what I'm saying, for free. We got to learn how to move out of St. Louis and see how resources in Chicago or New York, Atlanta is going. They may have something set up and have an awesome resource that we can pull that resource from Atlanta and implant it into St. Louis.
Well, I have a hard question then. Atlanta and Chicago, they have higher tax revenue than we do because they have a higher market rate for value of homes and people who live there. So in St. Louis, I feel like the people that I talk to with Project Raise the Roof, they're losing their houses to taxes that they can't afford. And in Missouri, this is a Missouri state law, this is not a city statute, this is not a city ordinance, but it is a state law that Kansas City and St. Louis have to forfeit their homes after 3 years of not being able to afford things.
Oh, wow.
So when they can't afford their taxes, not just like their mortgage or their water bill, but their taxes, which is about $1,200 on average, what do we do for those people? Can we just, is there any way as an older person you would just leave them alone or maybe advocate for them on the state level? Because when we have the highest vacancy rate in the 22nd ward, it makes me wonder why. It makes me wonder why we have so many people leaving the ward. It's because we are pushing them out.
Exactly.
And
as legislators.
Illinois has a senior freeze. And Illinois is not that.
Well, we have the circuit breaker program too, but it doesn't work for everybody.
And they taking that away.
Especially if they're not paying taxes.
Right. So you've got to have your taxes paid up. So if we are here in this ward looking at our problems, what we've got going on, what can you do to advocate on the state level? And this is not a challenge or it's just a point of why you're here now and why we met in the first place. Honestly, because we were there. So
right.
What do you?
That's something that when you're talking about on state level, me talking like to the.
And open soundboard. So
always willing to learn.
She always has been. And when we were both neighborhood leads, and I never met you before except seeing your name on a ballot that I'd been on, and your neighborhood leads on next door, I was like, well, I guess we should have a coffee or something because there's like 5 people in the 22nd ward next door. You're very open to that.
They have to be.
I'm just so excited to have you actually here in my house and actually be living in this 22nd ward again.
We've been trying to get this together.
I know. I've been coffee a couple times now at this point.
Exactly.
And I've caught you buying or some of the people going to get something from the grocery store. Whatever.
We're having a good time, y'all. Let me go and sit down, give a little recap. I had a house party for Tonya Finley. She's running for Alderwoman of the 22nd Ward. There's a lot of good energy, a lot of good response. People are excited. People are ready. March the 5th is the election. Some residents from around the block came out. And a lot of questions, but a lot of excitement for something different, right? Somebody who's actually going to be there, who's going to be a champion, somebody who's going to tackle the vacancies that we have. And the 22nd Ward has the most vacancies across the city. That is unacceptable. And for somebody to have been in position for 16 years, have ran for every citywide position you can think of, from mayor to treasurer, all the way to license collector, and lost each one. and not focusing on his own ward. So it's exciting to see as we've been out knocking doors, talking to people. The response is like, we ready for the change. Where's she at on the ballot? First name on the ballot. So March the 5th. Make sure you get out. She's talking to people right now. We not leaving till the last person of the community is gone. Got some people over here scheming and dreaming, looking at the map to figure out how we take it over. But this is going to be a effort, a army effort. This is going to be like the 2016 race for committee man. Everybody, all volunteers, all $2 donations, $25 donations are going to go a long way. We know we're going up against a machine. You know, as much as we want to talk about Jeffrey, he's been in office 16 years. He has a support against. He has a support and endorsement of Lyda Cruson. However, we got a machine too. We got the people. Tonya has been out knocking doors every day. She's already been endorsed by Treasurer Tashara Jones, State Senator Jamila Nasheed, three school board members, Natalie Bow, Donna Jones, Joyce Roberts. She's been endorsed by the St. Louis Young Democrats. She's been endorsed by NARAL. There's another big endorsement coming out very soon. She's been endorsed by Sharman George, former fire chief. So she's the truth. She's about the people. Tonya Finley for 22nd Ward. It's something different. People are excited. People are ready for the change. You know, it was packed in here earlier. There was a couple events going on. People had to come drop a check and then leave, take a couple selfies. But we excited. March the 5th, we got a historic election coming up. So make sure you get out and vote for Tonya Finley if you live in the 22nd Ward or if you know anybody who live in the 22nd Ward. So March the 5th is going down.